69%. 69%. That is the average open rate for a welcome email industry-wide across the board, according to GetResponse data 2024. So if you are a new copywriter, if you're an email copywriter, if you are looking into, becoming a good copywriter and making lots of money, there is no greater email that you could learn how to write than a welcome email. So a welcome email, what is that? A welcome email is an email when the moment someone signs up to an email list, they receive an automated trigger-based email that sends out automatically to them saying, hey, welcome to, my email list, XYZ, da 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 da. It's just basically a way to make sure that when someone signs up, they get an introduction to your business immediately through email. So the welcome email is super important to master as a copywriter because it is the number one email that any new potential customer will open and read. So you have a very small window of opportunity to make a good first impression and to hook people in to your emails. See, you see, the thing is like you can be a great email copywriter and write really good one-off emails. But if you can't get people hooked into your emails with your welcome email, you're screwed. No one's going to read them to begin with then. So if you master this email, you have a very massive impact on the business's trajectory with their email copywriting. So you're able to get really good returns on your email. And if you can get good returns and make good money with email, you can serve your clients even better and make sure that they keep you on retainer or on revenue share deals so you can make lots of money. So the welcome email. This email, I'm going to show you literally exactly how to write one. So stay tuned. I'm going to literally show you an example from one of the students that I was coaching earlier this year. And this is it. So if you get this email right, you are golden. And it's something that you can immediately offer to a business. One of the things with being an email copywriter is you don't always know how do I actually make an offer? How do I put together a package? How do I approach somebody? If I say, hey, let me write your emails, what does that actually mean? How can you actually present something? Saying that you'll rewrite someone's welcome email, you can make money off that. And if you want to make even more money, you can write a whole welcome email series. So a series of emails that goes out when someone signs up to an email list. And you can make $1,000 a month or $1,000 from a welcome email series. You can make $2,000, $5,000. The most I've made from a single welcome email series as a copywriter is $7,000. So I wrote 12 emails for an e-commerce company and I made $7,000. And some people will be like, whoa, that's what the heck? That seems like a lot of money for just 12 emails. Well, the thing went on to do $350,000 in revenue for this business over the next few years. So that business owner actually got a good deal. So here's the welcome email. I'm going to just show you right now. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to dissect this email and show you what things you need to include. So where are we? Okay. So in this example, this is for the business is a pickleball. It's not a real company. I changed the name. It's a pickleball coaching academy. So the business is they coach pickleball coaches on how to be better pickleball coaches. So it's training for pickleball coaches. So keep that in mind. So the first thing you want to do with your welcome email, before anything, don't even worry about what's inside the email. You need to figure out your subject line and your preview text. So the subject line is your headline for your email. Just like as you're learning copy right now, you're learning about, I need to write the headline and the intro and the body copy and the call to action. With an email, your headline is your subject line. So you need to get your subject line right. Second thing, most business owners screw this up and a lot of copywriters forget this too. You have another line of copy with your subject line to the right of it. It's called your preview text. You have a sub headline. Use this. Most businesses aren't using this. So put in a preview text as well. With a subject line for a welcome email, you really don't need to be fancy. Straight up just use the words welcome. And what you say after that is up to you. In this instance, we say, welcome to Pickleball Premier Coaching Academy. Very simple. Say the word welcome. For some cases, you might want to say welcome, and in brackets, parentheses, you say please read or please reply or whatever. You want to get people to open this first email at all costs. But it's got to be relevant. So say the word welcome. What you say after that is up to you. You can say welcome to business. You can say welcome, please read. You can say welcome, please reply. Not a lot of flex from there. Just say welcome and say something else. The preview text, this is where you can, juice things up a little bit if you want and make it a little bit more enticing. So you got to remember when someone opens a welcome email, when somebody signs up to your email list, the idea is that, they get this email right away, but not everybody's going to read the email right away. So you need to make sure that, if a week goes by and somebody's going through their inbox, and remember, there's going to be hundreds of other emails that your email is going to compete with. If if they don't read this for a week, are they going to know what this means? Are they going to know what this is about? Even from your sender name, that's not included here, but your sender name could be, Pickleball Premier Coaching Academy, or it could be Bob from Pickleball Premier Coaching Academy. That's pretty long at that point because it's a long business name. But if somebody, just saw your subject line and your preview text and your sender name, are they going to remember, oh yeah, I signed up to that pickleball coach's email list or whatever? You need to make it sure it's relevant and it's clear. So you're putting in keywords that make sense, coaching academy, pickleball. So with the preview text, it's that second line of copy, your sub headline technically, where you can ramp up and start talking a little bit of the benefits. And what do pickleball coaches want? They want to become better pickleball coaches. So what's the preview text? Master the art of coaching pickleball today. So it's very clear. There's nothing fancy about it. It's just, that's the thing they want. So if they read this subject line, welcome Pickleball Premier Coaching Academy, and they see the preview text, master the art of coaching pickleball today, they're going to very much understand, oh yeah, I'm a pickleball coach and this guy's going to help me coach better. So it's very clear. And there's subject line preview text. One tip when you're writing a welcome email and writing any emails, you should write 2 subject lines. I didn't do it here. What I would do actually in this case, because you want to A/B test. You want to test your headlines, and in this case, you're testing your subject lines because they are your headline for an email. So in this case, I would probably test this one, which this subject line is getting pretty long at this point because the business name just happens to be longer. I would test welcome to Pickleball Premier Coaching Academy against welcome, in brackets, please read. And I would see which one has a higher open rate. And it's very easy to do an A/B test for subject lines in any email software, Beehive, ConvertKit, like anything you're using. You can pretty much anything. There's some that you can't, which is dumb, but you can A/B test in almost anything. So writing 2 subject lines with every email, getting into that practice is actually a good idea. So I'll actually just add that here, just so you have that reference. So what I mean when I say, I literally, like, this subject line tends to do really well. Welcome, please read. Oh, that sounds important. I'll click that. You literally could say the word important if you want it, but I like this, please read, because you're like, it's saying this is important without saying it. So in this case, I would say subject line A and subject line B. So every email you write, whether it's a welcome email or not, always just get in the habit of writing 2 subject lines and your preview text. Do not forget these. It's your headline and your subheadline. So that's what we would do. Okay, and then let's get into the body copy here. So like I said, I didn't actually write this email, but I was coaching this copywriter and when he wrote this email. And but he includes a lot of the things that I teach on how to write a welcome email. So first things first, in this case, immediately there's a greeting, hi. You can or you can't write the personalized name. So in this case, the reason it looks all funky and weird is because this email is going to pull someone's name data. So it's actually going to say, like, in this case, it would say, hi, Brandon, I'm Bob, founder of Pickleball Premier Coaching Academy. So it would pull my data. Not every company will collect both the email and the first name. So if somebody doesn't collect the first name, that's okay. It's not the end of the world if you don't have personalized first names in emails. Is it going to make the experience a little bit better? Yeah, I think in some cases it does. But, some businesses only want to collect the email address because you convert higher and get more subscribers that way. So if you have name data, use the name. Hi, first name. If you don't have name data, that's okay. Just say, hey there, hi, whatever, hello, as your first line. Instantly. This is so crucial, and I'm shocked at how many guys are not doing this. Tell people who this email is coming from, and do not just say it's from the business. I don't care if you're a big e-com company that you're writing for. This style of email is definitely not so much about e-commerce. E-commerce is more design focused, but the same principles apply when you're writing a e-commerce email. But like this right here, I'm Bob, founder of Pickleball Premier Coaching Academy. You got to remember something. People who read emails, they're not robots. These are people they're not just subscribers and numbers and robots. And there's a person on the other side of this email reading your email. You want to make sure that they feel like you're a person speaking to them. So what's one way to do that? Say, hi, so-and-so, I'm Bob, founder of Pickleball Premier Coaching Academy. You want emails to sound like they're coming from people, not businesses. You don't want to say, oh, hey, welcome to Pickleball Premier Coaching Academy. We, this and that, and stop. Businesses are trying to sound too fancy and too bigger than they are. People want to connect with people. And especially with a business like this, like online education space, where you're you're involved with coaching somebody, that kind of business model, even more important to make sure it's personalized and coming from somebody. So when somebody comes in, immediately introduce yourself. I'm so-and-so, the founder of this place, or the co-founder, or the CEO, or the whatever. So when you're working with a client, always make sure the email is coming from somebody who represents the brand. Ideally, it's the founder. It doesn't always have to be the founder, but ideally it's one person. Ideally, it's the founder, and ideally every email is written from that person. So there's a relationship being built here in the emails. Yes, you're building the relationship with the brand, but you're building a relationship with a person too, which is a lot easier to do that, a person who represents the brand. People want to connect with people. When you can do that, you build rapport. And when you build rapport, sales, that's copywriting. You want to generate sales? Build rapport. That's one of the crucial foundations of sales, whether it's copywriting or face-to-face. I'm Bob, founder of Pickleball Premier Coaching Academy. I wanted to personally thank you for signing up for the introductory course. Okay, so this welcome email is actually in this welcome email, they're not just signing up to the email list, they actually signed up for a lead magnet. In this case, it's a free introductory course for improving your pickleball coaching skills. So this is one type of welcome email. Not every welcome email is going to have a freebie to give right away, like a lead magnet. But some welcome emails are set up so if you are delivering an incentive like, hey, sign up to our email list and we'll give you this free course or whatever, get a free course, enter your email here. You want to immediately, within the first scroll, so if someone's on mobile, you don't want them to have to scroll down before seeing the link to the thing they actually sign up for. So this means the people who sign up for this email list, they directly did so to get a free course. So give them the free course right away. Don't make them scroll for ages just to get the thing. Give it to them right away. So that's really crucial here to give that thing immediately. But you don't always have to be, people could be just joining through your regular email sign up for your newsletter or whatever. You don't always have to have a freebie. This is just in the case where you did tell people that they're going to get a free course, and that's why they're entering their email to actually give it to you. So let's dive into the rest of the email. But before you head over, let's talk pickleball. So here's where we're now transitioning into the juice. So before you head over to the course, we got people into the email list by giving them a freebie, but we actually want to get them hooked on the emails. So this is where we're going right here. So before you head over, let's talk pickleball. See how this is very conversational? before you head over, let's talk pickleball. Let's talk. You want your emails to sound like a conversation. So let's talk pickleball. The sport has reached a level of popularity that no one ever expected. An estimated 36.5 million players at the time of me writing this email. That's a crazy fact. I didn't even know there was that many pickleball players. That's a lot of pickleball players. This kind of thing, incorporating numbers, stats, data, even if it's not data about the business, but it's just data about your industry, very interesting stuff. AIDA, one of the core copywriting formulas, attention, interest, desire, action. This is where you are capturing people's interest. See, we've already done the A, which is attention. So we got that through the subject lines and the preview text. But now we're actually diving into the I here, so interest. So just think about that. If you've been studying copywriting, then you know about these formulas, at least to some degree. So inserting a stat like this, huge. It doesn't have to be a stat about your industry. If you have a stat about how many clients the person served, how many customers they've served, what results they've gotten for people, any juicy numbers that's just like an interesting fact, throw that stuff into your copy and try to put it in the intro or very quickly early on to start building up like interest and keeping people's attention. Numbers get people's attention and keep people reading. So use numbers as much as you can. Anyways, an estimated 36.5 million people. More than ever, players need high quality coaching. But the problem is most coaches have no clue what they're doing. So now he's actually diving into the problem that the coach, remember, these are pickleball coaches reading this email who want to become better pickleball coaches. So that's who he's talking to. Most coaches have no clue what they're doing. So you can't just feed balls all day and expect results. Pickleball needs to be coached in a way that's fun, practical, and thoughtful. Otherwise, you won't see any meaningful results. So now we talked about the problem that he introduced the problem here to the coaches. So he's starting to identify like, hey, you have a problem. You need to be able to coach good, but most coaches suck. So like, this is why the guy should pay attention more and keep reading. This line here, crucial. You want to have this kind of line. That's why my mission is to help develop you into a great pickleball instructor. Mission. In a welcome email, you always want to talk about the mission. What's the mission of the company? Because you don't just want to, sure, you can make a quick buck and just get customers and say people, here's the products and services, well, I'll solve your needs, here you go. But if you can show people your mission and you can get people on board with you as a brand and your greater mission that you're trying to accomplish, now we're diving into the deep nitty-gritty stuff that goes beyond a simple transaction. And now we're talking about building, this is the kind of thing that sets you up to build super fans later on. With email copywriting, your goal isn't just always to get a quick sale and just generate revenue. Like your goal is to create super fans, to create people who are addicted to your emails, to create people who will, at any product you release, they buy it. At any service you put out there, they buy it. At any suggestion you make, they take it. At like whatever you put out there, they eventually go for it. And why is that? Because they believe in your mission, not just like your products and services and all these things. This is that when you have this kind of mindset as an email copywriter and an email marketer, this is how you keep clients long term. Why? Because this is how you generate revenue over and over and over again long term. You get people hooked on this is audience building now. So if you can know how to build audiences with your emails, you'll generate lots of money with your emails. So your copy will actually be effective. So just keep that in mind. That's a bonus little tip for you. So let's see here. Pickleball Premier Coaching Academy, leads in industry coach development. So we lead in the industry. So now we're talking about like credibility. So this wasn't by luck either. I played pickleball since paddles were made of straight wood since 2014. So now we're diving into credibility. Another crucial thing you want to talk about in your welcome email. Talk about some kind of social proof, some kind of a credibility, some kind of authority. Back up the fact that Okay, these guys know they have a problem and they need to be better pickleball coaches. But now why should they listen to Bob, who's writing this email? Here's why. He's been doing it for a long time. He's coached 500 players of all ages, skills, and abilities. And throughout these years, I was able to develop a unique understanding of the game. With my 10 plus years of knowledge, I've compiled everything I've learned into PCI certification programs to elevate your coaching skills. So what can you expect from my programs? So we just covered a ton of credibility. Add the credibility. So you want to talk, who is this coming from? What's the problem that why these people should keep paying attention? What's the credibility? What's the authority? And now we're actually diving into the products. So we've covered all those bases. So what can you expect from my programs? Case studies. Learn from high impact videos highlighting common problems coaches face and the different solutions to your lesson. Technical fundamentals. 30 exclusive videos covering every shot in pickleball. Personalized mentoring. One-on-one mentoring sessions with me to refine your coaching skills. So now we're talking about like what's actually included in his products and services. Also important. So you want to cover the products and services, but you don't just want to talk about hype up the products and services. He says that's not all. You will also receive 2 to 3 weekly emails on different tips that are crucial to taking your coaching to the next level. So now we're actually hyping up the email, the emails themselves. Remember the key with your welcome email, you want to get people to read the next email. Just like the goal of your headline is to get people to read the first line of copy. And the first sentence is to read the second sentence. And the second sentence is to read the third. Your first welcome email, the goal of it isn't just to always just make a sale right away. Yeah, you can do that. But your primary goal as an email copywriter with your first email is to get them to read the next email. You want to make people addicted to the emails. Just remember that. So that's why you got to tell people, hey, you're also going to receive emails. Now you're putting it in their head. Hey, you're going to get my emails now. Different tips that are crucial to take your coaching to the next level. So there's the benefit. That's the thing they want. And here's another thing to include in the welcome email, how often they're going to receive the emails. Tell people. If it's a daily email, tell them. You don't want to be thrown off like, oh, well, I didn't expect this to be every day. Or if it's a weekly email, tell them it's once a week you're going to be getting an email. So tell them how often, the cadence of your sending. If you're ready to take your coaching to the next level this instant, check out my certification programs. Boom. Call to action to buy the program right away. That's totally cool. Always make sure in your welcome email you have some kind of call to action. And if you're in e-commerce, if you're selling digital products specifically, you want to make sure that that's a link if you can. You want to get people addicted and hooked on clicking links. So put the link in if there is a link. There's not always a link, depending on your business model and who your client is. But if it's any kinds of digital products, put the link. Make sure there's a call to action. And if there's a link, make sure there's a link so people get used to clicking on things. This is goodbye for now. Bob Guilford, Pickleball Premier Coaching Academy. And so see how we signed off? It's from Bob. This isn't just from Premier Pickleball Premier Coaching Academy. It's not just from this big business. This is an email from Bob from Pickleball Premier Coaching Academy. So give a call to action, have a sign off with somebody's name. And the last thing you need to remember with your welcome email, and this is crucial, put the PS. Put the PS. Put that PS. Postscript. One of the best tools a copywriter could ever use is a PS. People love reading the PS. Probably next to the headline, people probably read the PS next to that, probably the most, then the body copy. PS. Be on the lookout for my next email where I give you 3 tips on the best practices for working with beginners to fast track their progress. The PS with your welcome email. Your goal is to get them thinking about the next email. You see, as a copywriter with your welcome email, you shouldn't just have one email. You shouldn't just have one welcome email. You should have a whole welcome email series. So the goal is that you nurture your audience who comes into your email list over the course of a week or two, and you send them like 5 to 10 emails. Like, Get people reading the next email. Get them thinking about it right away. And how do you get people thinking about your next email right away? You could just say, hey, be on the lookout for my next email, and just leave it at that. And that's better than nothing. But if you want to make it a little juicier, actually tell them they're going to get a benefit. Hey, in the next email, I'm going to give you 3 tips on the best practices for working with beginners to fast track their progress. The more specific you can be, numbers, use numbers if you can. 3 tips on best practices for working with beginners to fast track their progress. It's a very specific thing that somebody's going to learn, so you're implying that somebody's going to get something. Benefit. That is what you want to do with your welcome email to cap it off. Give a PS, use it, and this is what's called an open loop. Give a PS with an open loop hinting at the next thing to come. Hinting at the next email. You want them to read the next email. Because if they can read the next email, if you can get them to read not just the welcome email, but you can then get them to read email number 2, the likelihood that they're going to read email number 3 and number 4 and 100 and 500 just starts climbing and skyrocketing. And when you can get people to read your emails, you can actually get them to make money. And that's where you shine as a copywriter, is generating revenue with your emails. So implement all these tips. Just to kind of recap some of the main points in your welcome email. Make sure your subject line for welcome email, say the word welcome. What you say after that, you can kind of mix it up. Do 2 subject lines, subject line A and subject line B, to make sure you test that email to make sure you get the highest open rate. Always put a preview text. It's your second line of copy for your headline. It's your sub-headline. Use it, imply benefit. Just tell them, like, sum up what your whole business is. Master the art of coaching pickleball today. Very clear one-liner. This could be your tagline. This could be something else. Greet people when they come into the welcome email. Hi, so-and-so. Like, greet them. Tell them who the email is coming from. I'm Bob. Make sure it's coming from a person who represents the business. If you offered an incentive, like a lead magnet for them to sign up to your email list, give them the thing right away. Give them the link to the thing they want immediately. You don't want to try to hide this and try to be sneaky so they read the email. You're going to create a bad user experience. Put the link in right away. Give them the thing they sign up for so they are happy. And those who are still interested will keep reading. Once you dive into the rest of your copy, start diving into the customer or the subscriber and their problems and their desires and the things they want. So these guys are coaches. They want to improve, but the problem is most coaches suck and they need to be developed better. And so then we dive into the mission. Make sure you include that. Make sure you dive into credibility and authority. Talk about social proof if you can of the business, how many customers they serve, how many clients, what kind of results they've gotten. Then dive into the products and services. What can you expect from the products and services? Mention that now on, the subscribers are going to be receiving emails, how often you're going to email, and what benefits of them reading the emails are. You want to make sure that they know, oh, if I read these emails, I'm going to get better as a coach, or whatever the thing they want is. Then put a call to action at the end of the email. The call to action could be right to a product, service, it could be to your about page, it could be to follow you on socials. It doesn't have to be a product. It could be reiterating the lead magnet they signed up for at the link at the top. That you could put that in again, or you go right to the products right here. Make sure you sign off with the person's name and always give a PS hinting at the next email with a benefit of reading that email. This is your quick masterclass, almost 30 minutes. I didn't know it was going to go this long. On the welcome email. This is a welcome email. This is how you write it. And whether you need to adjust this for e-commerce where it's more design-centric, or you are doing this for more copy-focused emails that are less focused on design, these are the fundamentals. These are all the things you want to include in the email. Just as a reminder, I've written lots of welcome emails. My best welcome email series generated $350,000 for an e-commerce brand over a few years. So I know what I'm talking about with these welcome emails. If you master this email, you always have a high value offer you can give to a potential client. You can write them a one-off welcome email for a set price. You can write welcome emails, a whole series. You can charge $1,000 plus for it. The most I've made from a welcome email series was $7,000. Having the welcome email as a core email that you can write under your toolkit as an email copywriter, you are going to go so far with this. Most businesses don't have a whole email series. Most businesses are screwing up their welcome email, and every single business needs to make this email a priority because it is the first impression as someone enters your email list as a lead to start warming them up to your brand, to introduce them to your brand, to start building that relationship, to start getting people addicted to your emails so that over the course of time, your copy in these emails, month after month after month, is much more effective. So you're generating revenue, so you're getting high opens and clicks, conversions, and you're making the business owner lots of money, which means you as a copywriter will make lots of money. So there you go. There is your welcome email. Take this. You know what? I'm gonna put a template. I'm gonna put this whole template. You can just access this in the description below. Yeah, I'll just give it to you. So yeah, I'm gonna give you this as a template, so you can just like basically just copy it, and make a copy of the thing, and you can use this as a baseline template for your welcome emails when you're going and rewriting people's emails, making an offer, pitching clients. So there you go. If you have any questions, obviously hit me up in the comments below. But besides that, you can access it below and go start writing this email. Go get master the welcome email, and you're going to master email copy.